everybody, it's me, Rachel. In today's video, I am going to play with a Viseart palette. Never ever played with one of these before. It actually came in a BoxyCharm because I do not believe I would purchase this on my own, seeing the price tag is like outrageous. And so I'm going to play with this, do my kind of 2 cents on it because it is a highly pigmented palette. And in general, that is not exactly something we need to use for everyday use. Because it is very pigmented. So I am just going to go in, I'm going to go middle range, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here. And seeing how this is so expensive, it's the palette itself, I'm just going to review as we go. The palette itself is so minimalistic, like it has weight to it, so it means it's kind of sturdy, but at the same time I just don't feel like this has any difference from something that I could find at the dollar store. Like if it didn't have the Viseart palette in it, I don't feel like you would think this palette was over $20. So the quality of the eyeshadow is the thing that we're going to need to see, that is the sayer of the price, I guess. So I'm going to go in with this shade like I said. I'm going to take this on a fairly fluffy brush, tap off what we can. I've already primed my lids and let it kind of sit for a minute or two. And let's just go in. So I can already tell this shade alone has pigment. You can see that it already has deposited quite a bit of color on there. So I'm just gonna build this up like you do. And I used a fluffy brush because these tend to not deposit color very strongly, and it's basically just minimal. Now this brush that I'm using even is not a very expensive brush either, so I'm gonna go on the other side and pick up what I can. And I'm going to play with one of the colors. So there's a pink, like a kind of purple, a darker maroon purple, a reddish tone, and a blue. And I am going to incorporate one of those colors. Now, if you know about like less is more and building up, then I feel like this palette could be like a quicker palette for you. So you're not constantly like building up. But if you are not, if you're like a heavy-handed with things, that's why I'm constantly holding my brushes at the very end. Because like, if you're holding a brush right here, you're gonna get, it's gonna be a lot of product in one spot. It's not gonna get blended, and the lines are not gonna be as smooth. But I can already tell the eyeshadow is so smooth and really soft on the lid. Let's get my handy dandy magic mirror and look up a little bit closer. So yes, I can tell there's no patchiness. I did just use Smashbox 24-hour eyeshadow primer that's just one that I really like. So I kind of want to play with the blue because it's just like totally out of my comfort zone, if you will, and maybe do something a little bit okay. So what I'm going to do, because I think I have like kind of a little bit of a plan, and I'm going to go and take more of this shade that I've been using right here. And I'm going to tap off what I can and place this here on the inner corner and blend it all the way through the whole crease. So you can kind of see how thick it is right here. I'm going to clean that up, but I'm going to do that at the very, very end because the products that I'm using are, I don't want to have to keep cleaning that up. I'm not talking about the products, I don't know why I said that, but I don't have to keep cleaning that area up. So when like we go in with the brow product and stuff. So I'm going to take the blue right here, this nice cobalt. Got a notification from Tarte. So I'm going to pick this up, and I can already tell that this is a truly pigmented blue. I don't know if you can see that on the tip of the brush, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this through the entire crease and do like maybe a cut crease, but just really sharp. And I'm going to, when I blend it, I'll blend it down. So you can kind of see that line. And I'm going to do it to the other side and then I'll blend both of them. I want to see if Viseart has a purple palette now. I'm kind of already impressed, okay? I really already say. And I probably think because maybe, now that I'm using this, maybe because their shadows are so up there in quality that their packaging doesn't need to be, they just don't want to put a lot of money towards packaging because that will just add to the price, and that probably not good for customers, I would say. Okay, so I was nervous to do this eye and I kind of messed up just like a lot of it. So I'm just gonna leave it because it is just makeup. And this one I will just try to perfect. I've never done anything like this before, and I'm starting to do things out of my comfort zone just for creative factor. I'm normally used to doing bridal makeup, so it's like, that's where, you know, when you're yeah. So anyways, I want to start doing more like theatrical and whimsical things. So I'm going to take this brush. This is my Stila #2 brush. Love it so much. And I'm just going to blend the blue, but try not to blend it upwards. The other side pretty much already did it itself. Okay, so it's basically blended. I'm not trying to do anything super crazy with that. But I'm going to take another kind of small fluffy brush and go back in with that same tan shade that we used, peachy tan, and go back over the top of the blue. And now I'm going to take this shade right here. It's like the darker kind of tan, I don't know, coffee tone, latte. And I'm going to build this up on the outer corner. Now, like I said, never played with this palette before. I'm not sure how these shadows perform. That's the thing about every single palette that you will use. Every shadow is going to be different, perform different. You might have two purples that look the exact same color, but one will go on smooth, soft and buttery, and the other one will just be flaky and disgusting. So, some of them are extremely finicky, so. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my NYX palette, clean up the brow area with my nice big brush. He's like big and fluffy and so soft and lovely. And it's going to be interesting to see how these different shadow textures perform. Just taking the lightest shade in my NYX palette. And then I'm going to take the lightest shade in. I'm going to take this shimmery shade right here from the NYX palette and place this on the lid. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not liking how this all came together. I mean, it's not terrible, but I've never done anything like that before. I don't know, we all learn somehow. So, I'm not gonna toss that or get rid of it, but I am done with the eyeshadow look for right now. And I could definitely learn from the mistakes that I made. But I'm going to go ahead and conceal a little bit. Maybe that will help see a better result. I don't know. I'm going to go like this. I already had foundation on. One thing I will note is there was like no fallout. Like not even like, there was no fallout. So that was super cool. But it's not, I mean, it's not the worst eyeshadow look I've ever done, but I would like to try to play with more things. So I will continue on this journey. I will film it, I won't film it, whatever happens, happens. I'm using my IT Cosmetics Love Beauty. Love is the foundation brush. It's super pretty, see it? When I first bought this, I was like, oh no, it's gonna be one of those ones that like falls, and I'm super glad it's not because that means it had water in it, but it's just clear with some hearts in it. I love it. It's a good brush. Alright, so I don't know, I'm not sure if I want to use some liner, and maybe I will. Let's see what I have right here. Let's do NYX Professional Watch. No, I don't want to do waterproof. I'm not about the waterproof. Let's do the Kiko one. Or Aiko. Aiko, not Kiko. Okay, so I did my lashes. Now I'm going to go and finish my face. I'm going to use my Stila bronzer. And I'm just going to use a big fluffy dual fiber brush. And just a little bit. I don't want to do a lot, just to give some. Okay, I'm going to use my Laura Geller blush. It's becoming a really favorite of mine. So I was cleaning out, I was putting away some makeup, and I found this little Buxom lip gloss, and I don't know the name of it, but it's really shiny. So I'm going to put it on my lips. Okay, so that is basically, I'm slowly liking the look more and more that I wear it. Let's zoom in just a bit so you can see. You can see it. So that is the Viseart palette. This is the Natural Matte eyeshadow palette. And so I assume they have a lot more palettes, and some with shimmer, I hope. So, obviously it's not a bad palette. I am not going to complain about the quality. It's actually really great quality. As a matter of fact, it's like, it might be a little bit much for people. If you are a beginner, don't even try it. You need to, because it's just going to be intimidating, and you're going to be frustrated with it more than it's going to be helpful for you. So with that being said, it's a great palette, and I would like to try it out more. It's not anything close to like a Natasha Denona, but it's not anything like a Tarte palette. So actually, I need to look up. I need to look it up to see what their price is, if they've changed at all. Let's look them up real quick. Alright, so I changed my mind. They are actually not that expensive. They have like a violet palette, which is only $44, which it's pretty up there. It's pretty competitive pricing, I would say. Except for, let's see, the palette that I have. This palette that I have right here is $80. So this palette is a lot. So like their professional palettes, I guess, they're matte palettes. I'm not really sure what I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure what that means, why they are different prices. So Some of them are on sale right now. They have a really, really bright palette, so yeah, they are. This palette is $80. So like I said, this palette alone is expensive, but they have other ones if you want to try them that are not that expensive. So, but this palette is great quality. I'm not really sure what I'm going to say. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. It's a good palette, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really makes a difference in my videos being seen. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It's totally free and fun because we're going to be friends. And that's great, friends. Don't you like friends? I like friends. Okay, without further ado, I'll let you guys go, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.